My first experience in Ibiza was coming here in the late 80s. Funny enough, with my mother, and I didn't actually want to come to Ibiza. I thought it was a bit naff. But I got here, and it was literally coming off the plane, like a lot of people. I just sort of went, I love this place. I don't know why I like it, but there's something I really like about it. And my mum was quite old at the time, so I used to sort of put her to bed at night and then sneak off and discovered Ibiza really totally by myself, going to Pasha and Koo and places like that on my own, and then getting back at 6 o'clock in the morning to wake my mum up with a cup of tea, saying that I couldn't sleep that well last night and could I have a bit of a lie-in? Doesn't sound that cool actually, but that's that is like, oh, I went to Ibiza with my mum. I mean, it doesn't sound
It's
that cool, and
great.
it wasn't. But it was a really funny time, and it was how I discovered Ibiza, how I honestly discovered Ibiza, and then decided to come back. Everything went wrong for me. I mean, I came over with on a hippie bus, and it was an English bus, and it looked like the local buses here. We'd sort of stop at past bus stops, and people would wave at us, and then they'd go, "Hang on a minute, there isn't a driver," because it was an English bus. So we were kind of labelled as the phantom bus of Ibiza, which nobody would get into the bus at all because there wasn't the driver. It was driven by a ghost. I had various arguments actually with the people I came over with, and they kind of dumped me. So I was left stranded in Ibiza, without my sound system, without my clothes, passports, money. I had nothing, and I survived for about 10 days in Ibiza like that. And I managed to sort of pick up little pieces of money from cigarette machines, and I kind of got by actually. It wasn't that bad. But I was hitching around the island trying to find my friends because I didn't know they'd gone. And whilst I was hitching, I fell off the side of a road. A car kind of swerved into me. I stepped back, and I fell back into a ditch, which went down quite a few meters. And I woke up, I was knocked out, and I woke up with glass all in my face and blood everywhere. I was really, really messed up. And at that point, I thought, it can't get any worse than this. So I thought I'd still stay in Ibiza and continue and carry on because I didn't have the pride. My pride wouldn't have let me go home and fail because that's what all my friends said to me. They said, you'll never stand a chance. As did all the people when I arrived in Ibiza. They said, oh, you won't stand a chance, forget it. So I got back up on the side of the road, caked in blood and just a complete mess. And the guy who was then the boss of Trinxa passed and picked me up. And he took me to the beach. He gave me some food. I managed to wash myself in the beach, and I crashed out on the beach. And the next day, the DJ, the Spanish DJ who was supposed to turn up, didn't arrive. And the boss said to me, "Look, I've actually got your records because your friends left." Coincidence that the friends left all my records and sound system at his house, which was in the car park of Salinas.
Wow.
And he said, "Look, go and get your records." And went and got my records, and it was magic because every single track I played, people came up and went, "Wow, this is amazing. We've never heard anything like this before." Because I took a different box of records with me. I didn't see there was any point in taking dance music and all the house tracks or the acid house tracks that I had. So it was a much more ambient set, much more eclectic, I suppose. And after a few days, the sort of buzz had gone around the island, and all the people who said, "Oh, you'll never make it," they all came to the beach and went, "Oh, nice one, mate. You've done it."
Fantastic.
And after a week, I got named John Trencher by the people, really. They said, "Oh, you must be John Trencher." And I sort of thought, yeah, I guess I am.